Welcome back. In our last video, we explored the clinical side of out-of-body experiences. But the mystery doesn't end in the operating room. Today, we're looking at 7 more accounts told in the first person. These are the exact words of people who felt themselves leave their physical shells behind. These stories involve glitches in time, impossible visions in the dark, and physical proof that they were somewhere they shouldn't have been. Let's listen to their stories. I was deep into a meditation session when I felt this sudden pop in my head. Suddenly, I wasn't on my cushion. I was in the attic. I've never even been up there because the hatch is stuck. I saw an old, dusty Christmas ornament shaped like a glass pickle tucked right behind a support beam. The next morning, I got a crowbar, forced the hatch open, and climbed up with a flashlight. I reached behind that exact beam, and my hand closed around a glass pickle. It had been lost by the people who lived here in the 80s. I felt the blood go cold in my veins. During the delivery of my daughter, things got chaotic. Suddenly, I was pressed against the ceiling tile. I watched the resident doctor drop a pair of forceps on the floor. Instead of picking them up, he quickly kicked them under the metal cabinet so nobody would trip or see them. When I woke up in recovery, I thanked him for the help but asked, "By the way, did you ever get those forceps from under the cabinet?" He turned white and literally walked out of the room without saying a word. He knew I shouldn't have been able to see that from the bed. I was in a medically induced coma for 3 days. I felt like I was wandering the halls. I walked into the break room and saw a nurse crying while arguing with her boyfriend on her cell phone about a car payment. I saw the photo on her lock screener guy in a neon green work shirt. When I finally came out of the coma, I told that nurse I was sorry about her car troubles. She dropped the chart she was holding. I described the guy's shirt to her, and she started shaking. I was 2 floors up, plugged into a ventilator. While that argument happened, my car hit a patch of black ice and started spinning toward the bridge railing. Suddenly, I was sitting in my own back seat. I was totally calm. I watched myself in the front seat, white-knuckling the steering wheel, terrified. This deep, external voice told me, "Let go. Just go limp." I watched my body let go of the wheel and relax. The car hit the embankment hard. The paramedics told me later that if I had been tensed up, the impact would have snapped my neck. I survived because I was out of the way. I collapsed in my kitchen from a heart issue. Suddenly, I was hovering near the ceiling. I saw the mailman walk up the driveway and drop a newspaper on the porch. I could read the headline perfectly. It was a local story about a major water main break. When my husband found me and I was being loaded into the ambulance, I told him to go check the water pipes. The paper was still rolled up on the porch, but the headline was exactly what I had read while I was unconscious on the floor. During my bypass surgery, the room went bright. I saw my grandfather, who had been dead for 10 years, standing right next to the lead surgeon. He looked healthy and was watching the monitors. He looked up at me, smiled, and pointed to a red line on the screen that was beginning to drop. He mouthed the words, "Not yet." The surgeons told me later that I had a brief unexplained crash in my vitals, but I snapped back for no apparent reason right at that moment. I experienced sleep paralysis, but instead of the demon, I felt a surge of energy and rolled right out of my bed onto the carpet. There was no sound. I looked back and saw a wax statue of myself sleeping next to my wife. I walked to the full-length mirror in the hall. My reflection wasn't MIT, was a shimmering, vibrating silhouette of blue-white light. I reached out to touch the glass, and my hand didn't stop. It felt like dipping my fingers into cold mercury. The moment I felt that freezing sensation, I was yanked back into my chest and woke up gasping. These first-person accounts take the mystery to a whole new level. It's one thing to hear a story. It's another to hear the specific, cold details of a glass pickle in an attic or a sticker on a fan blade. Are these just tricks of a dying brain, or is our consciousness truly capable of leaving the body? If you have your own first-person account, please share it in the comments below. We read every single one. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next video.